Srila Prabhupada Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol,
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
So today is a very auspicious day, Srila Haridas Thakur's disappearance day, Acharya's disappearance day, appearance day. Everything is wonderful because Acharyas never die. Acharyas stay in the birthplace, in their samadhi, and in their books. So Haridas Thakur, who is Nama Acharya, he has been given this title by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Today is Ananta Chaturdashi day. On this day, Haridas Thakur leaves his body. Just a small class of half an hour is not enough to glorify Haridas Thakur. But today we'll take the topic from Antalila Chaitanya Charitamrita, 11th chapter, where Haridas Thakur's passing away of Haridas Thakur. The chapter is passing away of Haridas Thakur. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he begins this chapter by paying the obeisances to Haridas Thakur. Namami Haridasam tam Chaitanyam tam cha tat prabhum samstitam api yanmurtim swanke krutva nanarthayah. Let me pay obeisances to Haridas Thakur and his master Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who danced with the body of Haridas Thakur on his lap. See the whole bhagya of Haridas Thakur. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the body and he was dancing. So in this way, O Lord, please be merciful to me. Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he is begging the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda Prabhu Advaita Acharya and begins this pastime. So here, it is written here, I am writing this narration of this pastime and attributes by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I don't know even how to describe this properly, but I am doing this for my purification. The same thing with all of us. We don't know how to describe the pastime of Krishna, but somehow we are doing just for our purification. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu resided at Jagannath Puri with all his personal associates and used to enjoy chanting the holy name of Lord. In the morning hours, he used to go to the temple, chant, dance, see the deities of Lord Jagannath. At night, in the company of his most confidential devotees, Ramananda Rai, Sarup Damodar, he used to taste the nectar of the transcendental mellows of Chaitanya, of Krishna's pastimes. So in this way, he resided very happily at Nilachal. So it is, please mute your phones. Who is there? Mute your phone. Mute your phones. Check your phones always that your phone is in mute or not. So Sarup Damodar, Ramanand Rai, the chief associates, they remained with him both day and night. It is said Govinda is a personal servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He used to take Jagannath's food to Haridas Thakur. That was his work. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to bring Jagannath Prasad, and Govinda used to go and deliver to Haridas. Haridas Thakur never crossed his limits. Like, actually, there is no limit for Haridas Thakur, but he never transgressed the rules. In Jagannath Puri, only Hindus are allowed. So, because he's born in a Yavana family, he used to sit under the bakul tree. From there, he used to see the shikhar of Jagannath Puri. One day, when Govinda came to deliver the prasad to Haridas Thakur was lying on his back and he was chanting very slowly. Then Govinda said, "Oh, get up, take Mahaprasad." He said, "Today I am observing fasting because I have not completed my regular number of rounds, 192 rounds he used to chant." But then he said, "Oh, you have brought Jagannath Prasad. Lord Jagannath himself has come. How can I even neglect the Prasad? What to do?" Then what he did was he took a small quantity of Mahaprasad, a small portion, ate it. The next day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself went because Govinda went and told that it seems that his health is not okay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Haridas' place and then inquired, "What happened, Haridas? Are you well?" Haridas said, "My body is all right, but I don't know, my mind and intelligence are not well." He said, "What disease you are having?" He said, "The disease is I'm not able to complete my rounds." He said, "You have become old." Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "You have become old. Do one thing, you reduce the number of rounds what you're chanting every day. See, you are already liberated. You don't have to chant so much. Why are you following so strict regulatory principles? You did not have to follow this much. And your role in this incarnation is to deliver the people in general, and you have done that. You have sufficiently preached the holy name, and the purpose of your incarnation to deliver the people is attained. Now, please reduce the fixed number of rounds." Then Haridas Thakur said, "Please hear to what I say. I have one plea. I have a request." "What is the request I have?" "I was born in an inferior family and my body is most abominable. I always engage in low work. Therefore, I am the lowest, most condemned of men. Hina jati janma mora nindya kalevara hina karme rata muni adhama pamara. Actually, I am the most unseeable also. I am untouchable also. But you have accepted me as your servant. Adrishya sprushya more angikara kaila. This means you have delivered me from a hellish condition and you have raised me to the Vaikuntha position or platform. Oh Lord, you are fully independent and you can act by your own will. You can dance. You can make the whole world also dance and act whatever you want. And then, by your mercy, you have made me dance also. Once I was offered Shraddha Patra. Advaita Acharya, he had conducted Shraddha. The Shraddha, he was called, that is Haridas Thakur was called. And the Shraddha Patra, before all the Brahmanas were given to Haridas Thakur. Because Haridas Thakur is not an ordinary person. But Haridas Thakur used to say, please follow some rules. See, you cannot translate. They are all Brahmanas, and before the Brahmanas, you are coming to an untouchable and giving. He said, you are not untouchable. Though you are born in a Yavana family, you are Namacharya. You are chanting the holy name. That is why you are the best among all the Brahmanas. So in this way, because of your mercy, like you can say, it is your mercy, your will, that I was offered the Shraddha Patra, which should have been first offered to a first-class Brahmana. I ate from it, even though I was born in a family of meat eaters. So he said, I have a request, I have a desire. Oh Lord, I know very quickly you're going to end your pastime. My wish is that please do not show me your closing pastime. Before that, let my body fall down at your presence. That means I don't want to leave after you leave. I want to live seeing your lotus wonderful face. I wish to catch your lotus-like feet upon my heart and see your moon-like face. See the desire of Haridas Thakur. So with my tongue, I just want to chant your holy name, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. This is my desire. Kindly let me give up my body in this way, O my Lord. If your mercy is there, then this is possible. So please grant me this wish. Let this low-born body, I am born in a low community, which doesn't come even in the category of Shudras. It doesn't come in the category of Varnashrama. So let this low-born body fall down before you. This all can happen if you desire. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, my dear Haridas, Krishna is very merciful. So whatever you desire will happen. Don't worry. Whatever happiness is mine, that is all because of your association. If you go away, what will happen to me? Then catching hold of Haridas Thakur, catching hold of the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Haridas Thakur said, oh Lord, please do not create this illusion. I am such a fallen person. Please show me this mercy. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, whatever, uh, whatever happiness I am having, this all because of your mercy. Then is it fit for you to go away and leave me behind? Then he says, don't create such illusion to me. Then, oh Lord, there are many respectable personalities, millions of devotees, and they are fit to sit on my head. They are all helpful in your pastime. So he says to Lord, oh Lord, if an insignificant insect dies, like me, dies, what is the loss? You have so many millions of devotees. They can actually sit on my head. They can keep their feet on my head. They are all such a wonderful personalities. I am just an insignificant insect. If an ant dies, what is the loss to the material world? Oh Lord, you are so affectionate to the devotees. I am just an imitation devotee. I'm just trying to imitate what is devotion. But actually, I don't know anything. Now just see who is speaking all this. Namacharya. Haridas Thakur is speaking. But generally, we like to hear our glorification. We like to speak about our own glories. But here Haridas Thakur says, I am an imitation devotee. And nevertheless, I wish that you fulfill my desire. This is my expectation. It so happened, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. He had to perform his afternoon duties. Next day, he went to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. Then, while returning, he came to Haridas Thakur. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him. After that, he again left to the noon duties and went to the sea to take bath. Then again, the next day, next morning, after visiting Jagannath temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his devotees, he went hastily to see Haridas Thakur. That is today's day. So all this desire was expressed 2 days before. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the devotees, they came before Haridas Thakur. This all happens in Jagannath Puri. And they offered his respects to the lotus. Then Haridas Thakur offered his respects to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the Vaishnavas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired, Prabhu kahe Haridas kaha samachara? Haridas kahe, Prabhu ye kripa tumhara. Sir, what is the news? Haridas Thakur says, whatever mercy you can bestow upon me, Lord. Then immediately, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started congregational chanting in the courtyard. Vakreshwar Pandit was the chief dancer. Sarup Damodar Goswami and all the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they surrounded Haridas Thakur and they began congregational chanting. Ramanandra is present, Sarvabhaumacharya is present. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started describing the glories of Haridas Thakur. As he started describing the transcendental attributes of Haridas Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu seemed to have 5 mouths. The more he described, the more his great happiness increased. Haridas Guna Kahite Prabhu Haila Panchamukha. Kahite Prabhu Bade Mahasukha. He's experiencing the happiness when he's describing Haridas Thakur. So all the devotees, when they heard the transcendental qualities of Haridas Thakur, they were struck in wonder. Then they all paid obeisances to Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sit down in front of him. Then he fixed his eyes like 2 bumblebees on the lotus face of the Lord. It is just like Bhishma Pitamaha passing from his body. So there, Lord Krishna stands before him and Bhishma Pitamaha completely is absorbed in looking at Lord Krishna and meditating upon him. At the time Vishnu Sahasranam is written, here Haridas Thakur made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sit, Nira Haridasa Nija Grete Prabhure Vashaila Nija Netra Doi Bhranga Mukha Padme Dila. He held the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his heart, then took the dust of the feet of all the devotees present, put it on his head. He began to chant the holy name of Shri Krishna Chaitanya again and again. As he drank the sweetness of the face of the Lord, tears just rolled down. While chanting the holy name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave up his air of life and left his body. What a bhagya to see. All the devotees are chanting. He is taking the dust of the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees and hearing to the Harinam and chanting the holy name of Krishna Chaitanya. He gave up his air of life, pranavayu, and left his body. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shabde Karite Ucharana Namira Sahita Prana Kaila Utkramanam. So this is the desire which every devotee should have. The desire should be to have the spiritual master's lotus feet, to be absorbed in the lotus feet of the spiritual master, and hear to the Harinam Sankirtan and leave the body. Even if you see Ramanujacharya, he fixed up his attention at the lotus feet of Yamunacharya, Alabandari. And then he gave up his body. Lomesh Prabhu, mute your phone. So then he gave up his body, gave up the pranavayu. So this is what is a desire which every devotee should have. Seeing this wonderful passing away of Haridas Thakur by his own will, one can easily remember the passing of Bhishma. Bhishmera Niryana Shabara Haila Smarana. Mahayogeshwara Praya Dekhi Swachhande Marana. This is Swachhanda Marana. He desired that, oh Lord, I know that your ending pastime, closing pastime has come. Before that, let me go. So this is Swachhanda Marana. So only great mystic yogis can do that. Bhishmera Nirayana Sabara Haila Smarana. So everybody remembered the passing of Vishwakitama. So again, there was a tumultuous noise. Everybody was chanting Hari, Hari, Krishna, Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became so ecstatic. He was overwhelmed. Haridasera Tanu Prabhu Kole Laila Uthana Angane Nachene Prabhu Prema Vishtahana. He raised the body of Haridas Thakur, placed it on his lap. Then he began to dance in the courtyard in great ecstatic love. So Chaitanya's Mahaprabhu's ecstatic love, seeing this ecstatic love, all the devotees, they were also dancing and chanting congregationally. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced for some time. When the passing of the great devotees is actually a festival, because the great devotees enter to the Nitya Leela pastimes of Krishna. Yehi mate nritya prabhu kaila katakshana swarupa goshani prabhure karaila savadhara. So he danced for some time. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced for some time. Swarup Damodar Goswami informed him of other rituals for the body of Thakur Haridas. And Swarup Damodar says we have to perform the last rituals. Haridas Thakure tave vimani chadhana samutre lana gelas tave kirtana kariya. The body of Haridas Thakur was then raised onto a carrier that resembled an airship and taken to the sea. And then when they were taking the body of Haridas Thakur, all were chanting the holy name. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced in front of the procession. Vakreshwar Pandit, along with the other devotees, they all were chanting, dancing behind him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bathed the body of Haridas Thakur in the sea, and then he declared, from now, this samudra is Mahatirtha. Haridas samudra jale snana karaila. Prabhu kahe samudra yehi Mahatirtha haila. That is why the devotees, when they go to Jagannath Puri, they go and take bath in the Mahatirtha. It is not just samudra. Don't call that as Bay of Bengal or don't call it by the name of an ocean. It is Mahatirtha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has declared because he gave bath to the body of Haridas Thakur. Then everyone drank the water that had touched the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur. And then they smeared remnants of Lord Jagannath's sandalwood pulp over Haridas Thakur's body. Haridasera padudaka piye bhaktagada, Haridasere ange dila prasada chandana. Then a hole was dug. Dora, Kadara, Prasada, Vastra, Angidila, Valukara, Garta, Kari, Tahe, Shoaila. So after that, a hole was dug in the sand. The body of Haridas Thakur was placed into it. Remnants from Lord Jagannath, such as his silken cloth, robes, sandalwood pulp, food, cloth, all were placed on the body. You have Haridas Thakur Samadhi and the banks of Mahatirtha. All around the body, the devotees performed congregational chanting. Vakrishar Pandit danced in jubilation. With his transcendental hands, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally covered the body of Haridas Thakur with sand. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And in this way, he is covering the body of Haridas Thakur with the sand. The devotees covered the body of Haridas Thakur with sand and then constructed a platform upon the site. The platform was protected all around by fencing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced, chanted all around the platform, and the holy name of Hari roared tumultuously. The whole universe became filled with vibration. So after that, after Sankirtan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bathed in the sea with his devotees swimming and playing in the water in great jubilation. So after circumambulating the tomb of Haridas Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Simhadar, gate of Jagannath temple. The whole city chanted in congregation. The tumultuous sound vibrated all over the city. Then approaching the Simhadwar gate, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spread his cloth and began to beg prasadam from all the shopkeepers there. You have Ananda Bazar, where all the shopkeepers, they come and sell prasad. So he's begging to everyone, please give prasad, please give prasad. I am begging prasadam for a festival honoring the passing away of Haridas Thakur. The Lord said, please give me alms. Hearing that, all the shopkeepers immediately came forward with big baskets of prasadam. Shuniya Pashari Sava Changada Uthana Prasadadite Asetara Anandita Hana. So because last you have to feed everyone, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally begged for Haridas Thakur. Swarup Damodar tried to stop them, but then shopkeepers returned to their shops and sat down with their baskets. Because too much of big baskets had come. Now Swarup Damodar is saying, enough. Swarup Damodar then sent Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back to his residence and kept with him 4 Vaishnavas and 4 servant carriers. Swarup Damodar told to all the shopkeepers, whatever you want, deliver to me 4 palm full of prasadam from each and every item. But they were giving big pots. And Swarup Damodar had to stop. He said, just give 4 palm full of prasadam. In this way, varieties of prasadam was collected, packed up, different loads, and in this way, 4 servants carried them on the head. Swarup Damodar brought the prasadam, and Vaninath, Pattanaika, and Kashi Mishra also sent large quantities. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made all the devotees sit in a row and personally began to distribute the prasadam. He was assisted by 4 other men. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not accustomed to taking prasadam in small quantities. He therefore put on each plate what at least 5 men could eat. So in this way, huge quantities of prasadam was given to everyone. Swarup Damodar requested Mahaprabhu, you please sit down. You watch. With these men to help me, I shall distribute the prasadam. What you're doing? So much prasadam to each and everyone. One person, it's like 5 people eating from one plate. Just wait, we will distribute peacefully. Then Swarup Damodar, Jagdananda, Kashishwara, Shankara, they all distributed the prasadam continuously. All the devotees who sat down would not eat the prasadam as long as Lord has not eaten. So then Kashi Mishra saw that nobody is eating. So then first thing they did is they invited Mahaprabhu. You sit first. You sit, you have prasad. When you have prasad, all will have prasad. Kashi Mishra personally went there, delivered prasadam to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great attention and made him eat. Paramananda Prabhu, Brahmananda Bharati, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made them also sit. And then he accepted prasadam. When he began to eat, so did all the Vaishnavas. Everyone was filled up to the neck. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept telling the distributors, give them more, give them more. After all the devotees finished accepting prasadam, washed their hands and mouth, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decorated each of them with a flower garland and sandalwood pulse. So there was an ecstasy of love which was flowing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered benediction to each and every devotee. So devotees were very much satisfied. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this benediction. Haridasera Vijayotsava ye kaila darshana ye ihana nritya kaila ye kaila kirtana ye tan revalukadite karila gamana tara madhye mahotsave ye kaila bhojana achire hai beta sabara krishna prapti Haridas darshane haya aiche shakti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this benediction to all the devotees. Anyone who has seen the festival of Haridas Thakur passing away, anyone who has chanted and danced here, anyone who has offered sand on the body of Haridas Thakur, anyone who has joined this festival to partake the prasadam will achieve the favor of Krishna very soon. There is such a wonderful power in seeing Haridas Thakur. In this way, being merciful upon me, Krishna gave me the association of Haridas Thakur. Being independent in his desires, he has now broken that association. What to do? He has left me and gone. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is crying. He says, what to do? He has left me and gone. He is independent, Swatantra Krishna Icha. So he has now broken that association. Who is independent? Krishna is independent. And Krishna has broken that association of mine with Haridas Thakur. When Haridas Thakur wanted to leave this material world, it was not within my power to detain him. Simply by his will, Haridas Thakur could give up his life and go away. Exactly like Bhishma, who previously died simply by his own desire, as we have heard from Shastra. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He is describing Haridas Nachila Prithivira Shiromani, Taha Vina Ratna Shunya, Haila Medini. Haridas Thakur was the crown jewel on the head of this world. Without him, the world is now bereft of its valuable jewel. So he is the Shiromani. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to everyone, all glories to Haridas Thakur. Jai Jai Haridas. Boli, everybody sing Jai Jai Haridas. Chant Haridhvani, chant the holy name of Hari. Etaboli Mahaprabhu Nachena Apani. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started dancing. Jai Haridas Thakur, Jai Haridas Thakur, Jai Shri Krishna. In this way, glories of Haridas, glories of Harinam were sung. Everyone began to chant all glories to Haridas Thakur. He revealed the importance of chanting the holy name. There is a nice, wonderful pastime where Haridas Thakur was called in the Mazumdar's assembly. In that assembly, there was one Gopala Chakravarti. He was one of the important person in Mazumdar's assembly. When the description of holy name was given, that holy name has the power, that Nama Bhas, it is not even Shuddhanam. Shuddhanam is offenselessly chanting. Even Nama Bhas seems to chant the holy name. Even the Nama Bhas has the capacity to remove sinful reactions. He protested. He said, it's impossible. How can Nama Bhas stage, at the Nama Bhas stage, sinful reactions can be removed? He challenged Haridas Thakur and said, oh Haridas, you prove this. If you don't prove, I'll cut your nose. Then the Mazumdars were really upset. They just scolded him and chastised him and dragged him out of the assembly. They told you nonsense, you don't know to whom you're speaking. Haridas Thakur is such a great sadhu. He's Namacharya and you're not challenging Haridas. Haridas Thakur, then in this way, Haridas Thakur anyhow, he left that assembly, he went away. He did not mind so much the words of Gopal Chakravarti, but Krishna does not tolerate anyone who is speaking something against a pure devotee. Now, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, but he is enacting the role of a devotee. So if anybody chastises or speaks something wrong about a devotee, Krishna is seeing that, and Krishna doesn't tolerate. Within 3 days, this person, this Gopala Chakravarti, he got a big disease, and the disease was leprosy. And in that leprosy, his nose fell off. He wanted to cut the nose of Haridas Thakur. His nose fell off. Actually, he's looking very beautiful. His body was very beautiful. But then, because of leprosy, his hands and legs were eaten by the insects. So, offenselessly, one should chant the holy name of Krishna. Even if a single offense is done, immediately we should beg forgiveness. So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade farewell to all the devotees. He was happy also at the same time. He was in distress because he lost the association of Haridas Thakur. And then he went to take a rest. So here, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Yeita Kahilu Haridasera Vijaya Yahara Shravane Krishne Druda Bhakti Haya. Thus, I have spoken about the victorious passing away of Haridas Thakur. Anyone who hears this narration will certainly fix his mind firmly in devotional service to Krishna. From the incident of Haridas Thakur's passing away and the great care Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took in commemorating it, one can understand just how affectionate he is towards his devotees. Although he is the topmost of all the sannyasis, he fully satisfied the desire of Haridas Thakur. It said when Haridas Thakur was at the last stage of his life, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him his company, allowed him to touch him. Thereafter, he took the body of Haridas Thakur on the lap and personally danced with it. So then it said, out of his causeless mercy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally covered the body of Haridas Thakur with sand, personally begged alms from the shopkeepers. Then he conducted a great festival to celebrate the passing away of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was not only the topmost devotee of the Lord, but also a great scholar. It was his good fortune or great fortune that he passed away before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The life and characteristics of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are like an ocean of nectar, one drop of which can please the mind and ear. Anyone who desires to cross over the ocean of his science, please hear with great faith the life and characteristics of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So thus ends this chapter, praying at the lotus feet of Rupa and Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishnadas, narrate Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus this chapter glorifies the passing away of Haridas Thakur, Nama Acharya. So let us beg at the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur that such love for Harinam should also come in our consciousness. Though we are chanting, still that love for Harinam yet has not manifested. So let me have that love for chanting the Harinam. Let me always serve the devotees very nicely. Let me chant the Harinam without any offenses. Let me serve every devotee very nicely. So this is a prayer which all of us have to do. We should beg to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we get an association and the dust of Haridas Thakur. Acharyas never die. They always are eager to give association. Their association is there in their books. Their association is there in their pastimes. So remembering Haridas Thakur, we will be having 64 round chanting. at Jagannath Devasthanam on 2nd October. So requesting devotees to take part. Those who are staying outside can take part in the Zoom. In between, we'll be 5:30 onwards. 5:30 this Mangalarti. 6 o'clock onwards, we'll have Harinam Sankirtan. 8 o'clock, Zoom will be on for Guru Arti. Then again from 8:30 to 10:30, we will have the holy name. At the time, we will be closing the Zoom because long we cannot just keep. Then at 10 o'clock, again we'll have some glories of Harinam spoken. At the time, Haridas Thakur, some more pastimes we can take, which is there in the 3rd chapter of Ansalila, the glories of Haridas Thakur, that is a chapter. And then we will be continuing the holy name from 10:30 to 12:30. 12:30 Rajbhog Aarti. The time again the Zoom will be on. Then 1:30 to 3:30 we will have again the 4th round. That is 64 round will be completed the time. And during the 3:30 there is some Kirtan time. The Zoom will be on. So in between we will be doing. But sit at your house also. If you are far away, sit at your home and chant. Those who are residents of Thane, those who are from Kandivali, Kalyan, they can all join at the Jagannath Devasthanam. Those who are outside Mumbai, they can chant at their home. Hare Krishna. So any questions you can ask. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danut Pranam. So wonderful class from Mataji. Mataji, happy as well as distress, both happens if the devotees सब हमें लीला को समाप्त करते हैं.
तो आनंद
माताजी
इसलिए होता है कि कृष्ण की नित्य लीला में भाग लेने को चले गए हैं, लेकिन दुख इसलिए होता है कि उनका जो संग है, यानी लो प्रेम धन, आज उसे गाना चाहिए. If possible, Satyabhama, can you sing Jayani Lo Prema Dhana now? सत्यभामा माता जी, हाँ बोलिए. प्रश्न तब तक बोलिए, माता जी तब तक निकालेंगे. बोलिए प्रश्न क्या था?
वही समझना था माता जी.
दुख भी होता है कि भक्त हमें छोड़ के चले गए हैं, और खुशी इसलिए है कि कृष्ण के पास चले गए. इसे दोनों एक साथ होता है. आर यू रेडी सत्यभामा? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, what you saying? Sorry, I was just wondering.
Prema Dhana. You sing that song. Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking when you said disappearance, वो गाना चाहिए आज. One second. Hare Krishna. जे अनिलो प्रेमा धना करुणा प्रचुर. जे अनिलो प्रेम धन करुणा प्रचुर. हेनो प्रभु को था गिला आचार्य ठाकुर. हेनो प्रभु को था गिला आचार्य ठाकुर. कहा मोर स्वरूप रूप कहा सनातन. कहा मोर स्वरूप रूप कहा सनातन. कहा दास रघुनाथ पतित पावन. कहा दास रघुनाथ पतित पावन. कहा मोर भट्ट जुग कहा कबीरा. कहा मोर भट्ट जुग कहा कबीरा. एका काली को था गिला गोरा नटराज एका काले को था गिला गोरा नटराज पाशाने कुटीबो माथा आनले पशिबो पाशाने कुटीबो माथा आनले पशिबो गौरांग गुणेर निधि कोथा गेले पाबो गौरांग निधि कोथा गेले पाबो ऐशा संगीरा संगे जे कोई लो बिलास से संग न पाइया कांदे नरोत्तम दास से संग न पाइया कांदे नरोत्तम दास जे अनिलो प्रेम धन करुणा प्रचुर प्रभु कोথায় গেলা हरे हरे कृष्ण मत चलो
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Our Naina Manjari is here to glorify. Yes, you sing one song.
We'll sing one song.
Sing one song.
With Thakur and Vaishnav Thakur. Silent child. Okay, bol.
Go.
Vancha kalpa.
Fast. No, not one Shakalpa. First one song. Boy Vaishnava Thakur. Fast.
Okay, Vaishnava Thakur. Dayar sagar. Edase karo nago. Just Vaishnava Thakur. Dayar sagar. Then edase karo nago. दया पद छाया शोधवे आमाया दया पद छाया शोधवे आमाया चरण तुम्हारा चरण ओहि वैष्णव ठाकुर दया से करुणा को She was playing the Mridanga when Mataji was singing.
Acha.
Mataji,
हरे
may I complete
बोल
that
नैना
song?
मंजरी
Mataji.
नैना मंजरी how are you
How are you? I am
Say
good.
one Shakalpa Duri Bescha.
कृपा सिंधु
Patitanam Pavnebhyo.
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय।
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.